Hey everyone, I am sitting in my kitchen or standing in my kitchen and I'm talking about home inspections with someone that bought a home back in May. So here's the story, and I want to talk about this because North Carolina is a really difficult state to get your head wrapped around when it comes to seller disclosure and inspections. So here's the story. This person bought a home in May in Pineville. They bought a home that was in a neighborhood where the homes are really close together. She bought this house. The seller didn't have any kind of crazy disclosures. They did not disclose any issues with the home. She purchased the home, and within a month or two, we went through monsoon season here. If you've lived here a long time, you know what that is. And her home itself didn't flood, but her patio, her storage area flooded, and she has about $11,000 worth of damage. Nothing was said on the home inspection. Nothing was said, nothing was disclosed by the sellers. And this person started digging and found out that the previous seller had actually sued the builder because of drainage issues. And I don't know if anything was done from the time that seller sued that builder and the case was dismissed, but it tells me, just as a layperson, because I'm not an attorney, that the seller, knew something about there being some drainage issues. So let's talk about what the responsibility is of the seller when it comes to disclosure. Now remember, North Carolina is an as-is state, okay? Sellers and buyers can enter into repair negotiations, but it's not required, okay? You, as a buyer, are responsible for finding out anything and everything you need to about that property. You are afforded the right within the due diligence period to inspect any and all, okay? You can have as many inspections as you want. You can do whatever you want to do within reason. You cannot dig into walls, okay? But you can have a home inspection, a general home inspection. You can have an HVAC inspection. You can have an electrical inspection. You can have a roof inspection. You can do structural. You can do plumbing. You can go down to the courthouse and look at the master plan and see if there's going to be a road built at any time. You look at HOA docs. You do everything you need to do to be comfortable about the home you're purchasing. The seller cannot prohibit you from doing so. But in North Carolina, the seller is not obligated to disclose anything except latent defects. Now, what is a latent defect? To me, a latent defect is something that would cause a potential buyer to reconsider their purchase. To me, it is stuff that happens to a home in the event of something. When it rains, the roof leaks. When it rains, water comes into the basement. We have broken windows, but usually that's stuff you can see. But these are things that you can't see. These are the kinds of stuff, and typically it has to do with water. And in my estimation, knowing the small amount that I know from an outside looking in perspective, what I would see in this situation is possibly a seller did not disclose a latent defect that they knew about, and that is problematic for them after closing. If something occurs to the home that causes an event that causes the buyer to have expense in repairs. Now, like I said, I am only the person looking on the outside. I was not involved in this transaction at all. I've not seen any of the damage. From what I have been told, I know that number one, seller didn't disclose anything. Number two, an event happened after closing, relatively quickly after closing, that caused damage to the home and the new owner found out that the previous owner had some legal action against the seller for the same type of situation that caused the damage post-closing. So those three things right there, to me, sound like we have a seller disclosure issue. But what I wanted to talk about today was not just this situation, but overall, what is a seller's obligation? The seller's not obligated to tell you anything. If they put a roof on the house yesterday, they don't have to tell you that. It is your job as a buyer to dig around, find out. Let's have an inspection. Let's see how old the roof is. Let's see how old the HVAC system is. It's your responsibility. However, the seller must disclose issues that may cause you to reconsider your purchase. Okay? And I think that for a lot of people that move here, every state's got different disclosure laws. South Carolina's got different from North Carolina. Virginia's different from North Carolina. Everybody's different. So what you experienced in one state is not the same in a different state. So it is imperative that you, as a buyer, especially if you're coming from out of state, but in general, everyone needs to make sure that they've got an agent that can walk on a property and say, even to themselves, well, this might be a little bit of a red flag. This looks like there might be an issue. I'm not a home inspector, okay? I'm not a contractor, but I have done a lot of real estate transactions. I see a lot of problems in homes, and I'm usually able to pick out quite a bit of those just from my experience. If you've got a new agent or someone that sells 2-3 houses a year, their experience level, and not to knock an agent, okay, because I love real estate agents, and between you and me, this is a tough business. But newer agents or agents that don't have the experience that those of us do that sell homes full time, they aren't able to pick out problems. Like I said earlier, right off the bat, if I see homes that are close together, I automatically think there might be drainage issues because there's not enough places for the water to go. So it's going to go against the house. So what happens in that case? Where is it going? How is it getting there? And how is it being diverted? Okay. So that is just from my experience, okay? And the other thing that I want you to realize is that home inspection is done on a Tuesday or a Saturday or whatever day you have your home inspection done. That home inspection covers that home on that day. So if you're getting a home inspection in the spring and it's a beautiful sunny day out and we haven't had rain in a while, you're gonna have a different house that day than a day in July where we get rain coming down at 1 inch an hour, right? I actually love to have a home inspection either during a rainstorm or after a big rain because it uncovers so many things that an inspection on a dry day doesn't uncover. And I've had situations where buyers have purchased property in dry spells, and when it rains, things get different. So be aware of the fact that that home inspection is just for that day. Stuff can break between home inspection day and closing, okay? Now, that seller is responsible for notifying the buyer if that happens and repairing those, but it's a problem to assume that a basic home inspection is going to cover everything and that house is going to be the same house when the weather's different. So as you're going through your home purchase, I want you to consider the weather. I want you to take a look at things like how close are these homes to each other? Where's the water coming from and where's it going to? Look at things like, look at the mulch or the pine needles around the house. If it looks like it's been washed out, it's been washed out for a reason. The first thing I do when I walk into a home and I'm sorry, my friends' homes, my parents' homes, any home, I look at that air return vent. If that air return vent's dirty, I know that that filter hasn't been changed a lot, and that vent hasn't been cleaned. And that tells me that there's been strain on the HVAC system. So these are the kinds of things that I look at when I'm walking through a home, whether it's my own personal home or looking at a home for a client or a listing. But that inspection day is just for that day. And things can break and weather can change and totally flip the condition of the home. So remember, when you're buying in North Carolina, number one, as is state. Home is sold as is. It's normal for buyers and sellers to enter into negotiation repairs, but it is not required. Inspect, inspect, inspect. Do not just trust that initial $600 home inspection. Budget money for more inspections. And be aware that weather can make such a difference to a home. And you might be getting a beautiful home on one day and a monsoon season comes and it rains for 10 days straight and you might have a different home. So be prepared for these things. Totally don't take your agent's recommendations if you're not comfortable with them for a home inspector. Find a home inspector. Go look on Google. Look at reviews. There are some really, really good home inspectors out there. Now, I will tell you, I don't want a home inspector that's going, oh my gosh, every time he turns the corner, because that's not helpful. But a home inspector that is detailed and can talk you through what's going on in the home is the kind of inspector to have. The inspector that doesn't pay attention to things and can zip through a house, and let's say you've got a 2,500 square foot house and can zip through a house in an hour and a half, I doubt they're seeing a lot. Okay, I work with really good home inspectors because as a buyer's agent, I need someone that's got a high attention to detail, right? That's what my buyers require. I'm not here to help the seller. I'm here to help my buyer make sure that their investment is sound and the home they're purchasing is in the condition they want at the closing table. And if there are condition issues, they need to know them before closing. Because the idea of these home inspections is to uncover something frightening. I am sure that this person that I've been talking to about this home with drainage issues, if that had been disclosed up front, it would have been negotiated out, gone to closing, made some repairs prior to monsoon season, and everything would be fine. Now, this possibly could be a lawsuit because of lack of disclosure and damage to a home because of that lack of disclosure. So this is Ann Rudd with the Ann Rudd Group at LPT Realty, talking to you today about disclosures, talking to you about home inspections, and what is required by a seller to disclose to a buyer. I hope this helps. Give me a call if you have any questions about your home inspection. Give me a call if you have any questions about buying a home, what home inspections are, what they mean, and how to navigate through them. That is my specialty as an agent. It's what I love to do, and making sure that my clients know exactly what they're buying so that we don't get caught after closing with a surprise like this. Give me a call if you have any questions. Sending you love. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.